Whoa, there he is. The absolute beast. Look at him. Spawn camping me. You know, this bastard. That's right. We shouldn't be near him for too long. I think I'm going to make an absolute beeline for this sort of area. I think it was to the left. And sorry, I forgot to welcome you guys to this episode. Welcome back to Subnautica. We're back once again. The plan for today, we obviously went into that Lava Kingdom last episode. Oh, look at him go. I think this area was over here. Let's go quick. Let's make this quiet. But yeah, the plan was to go further down. I've obviously just got to completely avoid this guy, as I've got like no way of defending against him. I actually just don't know where that little entry point was. There was an area that I wanted to enter, that we did enter quite a few episodes ago when we initially come down here, but I actually cannot remember where I found it, to be completely honest. I probably should have come in with the prawn suit first to have a look. Ah, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Could not find it, but it seems like it was sort of, I don't know what I'm saying. It was around. But anyway, we're here finally. Now the only problem I've got is I actually don't think I'm going to be able to fit the Cyclops in here, in all honesty. I kind of thought that I had a lot more space than I did, but apparently not. I thought maybe it would have been roughly the size of one of these crevices, but doesn't seem like it. Oh, there she goes. She's talking to us again.
I am what you seek. Want to help you.
I know, I'm coming, my queen. I'll be there soon. I don't think that sea dragon thing should come down here and give my Cyclops too much trouble, so we should be alright. Actually, you know what? I actually reckon we could fit the Cyclops in here. It's actually not as big as I thought. Let's give it a crack. The Cyclops ain't that big, so is what I'm thinking. So just don't bitch it, just squeeze it on in and it'll do it as we scrape the side of the ship getting through, but we got through by the looks of it. Getting out might be a different story, to be completely honest, but we're in now. We're in the depths. Damn, it would have to be so goddamn hot down here though, admittedly. Hey look, there's another facility there. And a bunch of small ones as well by the looks of it. Damn, this is crazy. Alright, well let's go check this area out, I guess. I can't believe there's like fish down here though, admittedly. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And I wonder if I can get into these smaller little cube things, or if they're just for show. Right, on a side note, let's pull this up to about here and see how we go. I might actually leave this here roughly. Hopefully we're alright. And let's hope that this doesn't get absolutely attacked and harassed by anything down here. On a side note, I do want to check these out, whatever these cubes are. Alien structure. These small alien structures are emitting high wavelength sound waves, which seem to be designed to deter indigenous life forms from approaching the larger facility. Okay, cool. So we should actually be alright in being close to this with the ship. I guess it's to stop other sort of creatures from coming too near, which is good. Might just grab some fish to eat, cook up before we go in. We might actually take the prawn suit. The prawn suit will give us a little bit more protection from the heat down here, which I think we kind of desperately need. Not that it really mattered because we just walked into here regardless. So, question is, blue tablet, cool. Well, let's chuck that down and we'll push forward. I don't think I'm going to need the prawn suit, but we'll bring it in anyway. Not that I expect there to be trouble. Whoa. Damn. What is going on here?
Translating local alien broadcast. Warning, vaccine development program terminated.
Oh.
Emperor egg hatching project terminated. Live specimens terminated. Evacuate immediately.
Damn. So like they cancelled the program and then they escaped. Ion Cube Fabricator. This device seems to be the origin of the raw mineral that forms the base of ion cubes which power smaller alien systems. Likely drawing power itself from the main thermal plant, this device may represent an almost limitless source of energy. Okay, cool. So we might have a sort of permanent way of getting power. Oh, what is this? What is this little dude? Little robot? So it looks like I need to actually bring the prawn suit to mine this anyway. So it was actually worth me bringing this in. So I was wondering how we were gonna like get more ion cubes, like beyond finding more of those like random deposits in some of the buildings, but it seems like this is the way to go. Alright, well there we go. Looks like it's gonna create some more. So I think while that does its thing, I might kind of wander around and scan this stuff, whatever this object is. So this rock-like object features an organic as well as a mechanical part. It's like sort of alien stuff they're using to build. or their parts to build stuff. Tracking implant. So this tracking device was for like a Leviathan class creature, as well as some other biological data, which can't be retrieved, which is a bit of a pity. Got an unusual looking box as well, whatever this is. Will likely destroy all organisms exposed to it while leaving physical structures intact. Would function perfectly as a weapon. It was more likely used to sterilize spaces for later inhabitation. Without instructions, it would be unwise to interact with it, yeah. Best not to touch things you don't know what they do or how to work with them. Translation device. Oh, that actually would be perfect. We might actually need this. So this device stores linguistic data from over 1,000 languages. May allow alien text to be read and translated. Okay. This device seems to be configured to translate into the designer's language and will not work the other way around. Bugger. That would have been really useful. A nice game. Let me scan an empty case as well. Oh, they're nanobots. Okay, that's crazy. Advanced form of nanobot inside the seemingly empty case. These bots are substantially smaller than any developed within the Federation, and it is not possible to ascertain their exact function. It would, however, be unwise to release them, yes. So, what appears to be an empty case is nanobots, son. Anyway, it looks like we've got a bunch of different ways to go.
This room appears to be a biological archive storing more than 40 indigenous egg specimens in different states of development.
Damn. So there's a bunch of like little different baby eggs around in this room. Kind of cool. What does this say? Oh, so the Sea Emperor Leviathan research. So Sea Emperor Leviathan research data. Specimen size categories have been adjusted upward to accommodate this species. Oh, okay, so the Emperor manufactures enzyme 42 within its stomach cavity to break down its food, and will occasionally expel it into the surrounding waters. This substance was found to neutralize the effects of the bacterium and its presence in the ecosystem. Today would explain how life on the planet survived the outbreak, and it will remain to be explained why the mechanism the enzyme is being delivered. So this captured specimen would be 1600 years old. Extensive internal and external scar tissue is lived well in excess of peak lifespan of its species, right? So while healthy Emperor specimen may have held some potential as a cure, it is unlikely any research subjects survived the quarantine procedures. Yeah, so they might have potentially killed it. But whatever this creature is, it has lasted significantly longer than everything else. I don't think there's really much we can do with these eggs in here, unfortunately. This is more just for... Oh, there's like an actual creature in that. Hey, we're lucky we didn't find any like xenomorph eggs in here. Thankfully, because that would have been real unfortunate. Yeah, let's check out this room as well. I kind of just work my way around and see what we find. Ah, another teleporter room. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I don't have an ion cube on me, but I'll have to grab one and we'll check where that goes. Maybe on our way out. There we go. It looks like we've got some more ion cubes to break down, which is good. I'm glad that there's a way of getting like permanent ion cubes. So like I said before, I was so worried that we weren't going to be able to get them. Check out what this says up here. See what this says. Enzyme 42 project data. So according to translated data logs, an indigenous Leviathan species was found to produce a unique substance referred to as enzyme 42, which inhibited the symptoms of the Carab bacterial infection in other indigenous organisms. The specimen was captured and contained in a purpose-built habitat for further study. The alien researchers went to great lengths to provide the lifeform's environmental needs, including the... Can't read what that says. Okay, let me move out of the way so I can actually read this properly. The import of interdependent flora and fauna via the on-site warp gate. However, its health quickly deteriorated. When the quarantine was imposed, all warp gates and force fields were sealed. All attempts to develop the enzyme into a vaccine had been unsuccessful. Jeez. Poor creature. Ooh, looks like there's some more stuff back here. Gosh, I love these sort of alien facilities. It is particularly amazing. Preserved fetus. Aw, poor little baby. Jeez. So Sea Emperor fetus found preserved in a display case. It was likely a child of the adult specimen contained within this facility. Superficial damage to the specimen indicates it was artificially removed from its egg casing. Stunted tissue development suggests the organism expired during the removal process. Poor thing. Tissue samples suggest that the tissue samples have been taken from the digestive tract. It appears the aliens were attempting to formulate a cure to the bacterium from enzymes produced in the specimen's digestive system. Without a young, healthy specimen, these efforts were in vain. Geez, so they killed the poor thing. Poor little creature. Gosh. How sad. Oh, and this was probably its egg that it was in. Geez, so this shell casing is formed in thick layers of carbon composite, suggesting an extensive gestation period. This Leviathan species may give birth just once per century, perhaps just once in their lifetimes. Oh my god. So precise incisions suggest a laser-based tool was used to cut open the egg casing and forcibly remove the fetus inside prior to full gestation. Time pressure to develop a bacterial vaccine may have driven the alien researchers to cut open this egg and remove the fetus for study. It's also possible that it removed from its parent and natural habitat, some vital condition for the infant to hatch naturally was not met, which is probably what happened. You can't take a mother from its child no matter what, unfortunately. It just does such a horrible amount of damage to it, the poor thing. So actually, on a side note, I'm gonna go and get something to eat outside. These noises, oh my god. Alright, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go get something to eat real quick from some of the fish out here. I wonder if I can scan these crabs to be honest. Alien robot. Kind of looks like the crabs up on the surface. Its design and construction is quite elegant. Immobilize and return to Altera for mutual profit. Alright, well can I? Is that a thing? Can I? Oh, no, they just explode. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend. Alright, well let's scan all this stuff as well. We'll see how we go, what we get from this stuff. Ancient earth plate. Oh, how did they happen to get an ancient earth plate? Dating back to the 13th century, blood samples on the blade matched the DNA of 7 separate heads of state from that period. Oh my gosh. This evidence supports the theory that the aliens are an ancient spaceborne civilization engaged in the surreptitious study of less developed species. It seems so. It was like they were around and then unfortunately got sick and died off. It's like humanity didn't get like this disease at all. Rudimentary tablet shares similarities with a lot of the other ones we've found, though its structure is a lot less complex and may have served a similar purpose, granting security access, but kept down here as a sort of form of legacy support. Interesting. Strange carving. This looks like the yin and yang. Might have been so this carving is hundreds of thousands of years old and made from an unrecognizable natural fiber grown on an unknown planet. It bears a striking resemblance to the old Earth yin and yang symbol. That's exactly what I said. Two competing theories may explain its similarity. Aliens visit Earth prior to the 4th century BC and influenced the development of ancient Chinese philosophy. The concepts of yin and yang is universal, since yin and yang describes the fundamental independency of seemingly opposing forces. It may be a necessary existential understanding in some form in all sufficiently developed civilizations. The tapering of two circles union in opposed and infinite similarly small points to the finite is a logical way to represent this understanding and may be developed independently by species other than humans. Very true. Very true. Very interesting. I reckon that they probably just visited Earth. I mean, look, you just go that is too similar to how we have shown it or depicted it. And considering that they've got an Earth sword, it's not like they weren't on Earth, so it's very, very likely that it happened. There's just some alien statue with this one representing something, doesn't do anything. Circular object, essentially the wheel. A holographic projector used in a communications relay. There do not appear to be any other devices in its range. Unfortunately, that is a pity. That would have been good to use. Anyway, let's, I guess, just keep running around these rooms and see what we find. I'm guessing the main area will be where that force field door was. Oh, interesting. Okay, we've got another teleporter here. The 2 teleporting rooms. That's interesting. Oh, interesting. What have we got going on in here? Looks like a sort of not a bathtub, a hot tub. Outflow pipe, not a pub. Enzyme host peepers leaving the containment facility. These outflow pipes are filled with peepers traveling backwards to the surface, or back towards the surface. Show no symptoms of the infection. All specimens scanned are carrying enzyme 42, which data suggests inhibits the bacterium. Specimens' stomachs cavities are otherwise empty, suggesting they may have been purged of the contents before entering the pipes. If peepers have evolved to distribute the enzyme via the pipe network, it may explain part of the mechanisms in which life on this planet has survived since the bacterial outbreak. That would seem so. Ventilation control. Water flowing to and from the primary containment facility is automatically being controlled independently of other safeguards. Data on the water composition has been recorded. Water is being drawn in from different biomes around the surface on the planet, which is probably what those like intake things we saw like ages ago. The water temperature is considerably lower than the volcanic environment outside the facility, while microorganism and nutrient counts are substantially higher. Oxygen deprived water is being flooded from the system and recycled back to the surface. Right, what have we got on the inflow pipe? The peepers entering the facility. Pipes are drawing water into the containment facility and are filled with peepers arriving from the surface. The fish show no signs of distress. The specimens scanned have all consumed high quantities of seeds and organic matter from the surface. Some specimens are beginning to show signs of infection. Interesting. There should be peepers sort of flowing through them at some point. Interesting, interesting. Oh, it looks like it goes down further this way, which might actually go a bit further down. And it does too. I was correct that there's some peepers going through it. Interesting. So I wonder where this all goes. I don't know what the purpose of this was letting me to come down here, but alright, we'll check what's going on in this room now. If there's anything worth it. This looks like this might even be like a third teleporter room. And I was correct. Okay, that is a-okay. Well, I'll collect more of the ion cubes just here real quick. Kind of worth to just like keep collecting these and let the system reset. And plus I'm going to need 3 of these ion cubes to activate these teleporters. So, alright, I don't know what I'm going to need here, or what sort of another blue tablet by the looks of it. So the question is what I'm going to need for a blue tablet. I need kyanite and ion cube. Alright, let's, I guess, just run back very quickly. We'll sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone and make some tablets. Just make one. The thing is, I don't know how many tablets I'm going to need, so I kind of don't want to make more than I do need. It's just otherwise a waste of materials. We'll keep 3 of the iron cubes with me, just so I just realize we're full on the inventory, unfortunately. We're, whoa, what was that? Letting some other creature just like come through the ship. Insufficient undocking clearance. I don't know what is going on. I think maybe some creature's gotten trapped inside the ship. Oh yeah, this bastard here. Get out of my ship. Okay, let's, I guess, just insert this tablet and I guess we'll see / find out what's going on in here. I don't know if I should bring my suit or just leave it, but I might not even be able to fit through here. I'm just admittedly still in awe and shock and awe of like how big this facility is. That is a big bloody drop there, my gosh. Do I want to jump into this water? If that even is water, my gosh. Oh, these bloody jumps, my god. Is there anything else in here? Or, oh, there's something up there by the looks of it. Or is it kind of just like, doesn't look like, this doesn't look right. I'm guessing we kind of got to just jump into this? Yeah, seems so. Oh, this is huge, this facility. Whoa, oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Are you here to play?
Yeah, this is the creature talking to us.
They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it, as they did.
I guess with them? Or with it? Whoa. So yeah, it looks almost identical to, or very similar to the Sea Dragon. Gosh, this like facility is absolutely massive. Jeez.
Detecting unusually passive behavioral patterns in nearby predators.
Yeah.
Reason unknown. Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear at this time.
Gosh, she's like calming the stalkers and everything, my gosh. Oh, she swims fast though, I gotta admit. Though I still gotta admit, whoa, what is that stuff? She like shitting. Still kind of small, this facility though for her. Like you think it would be a lot bigger. Food down here though, I gotta admit, there's peepers and I have to steal some of these to eat. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
Environment scans indicate the water here is rich with a rare plankton-like life form which depends on the organic detritus produced by the ecosystem around it.
Interesting. I've never scanned a peeper. That is kind of crazy. Oh no, it's bad them inside the facility. Okay. Coming and going on their own accord via the alien pipe network. So on arrival, the peepers approach the Sea Emperor. They exhibit a natural affinity for some of the stomach enzymes being expelled by the Emperor. Peepers which have come into the contact with the enzyme are returning to the pipe network. This behavior must be the source of the enzyme 42 on the planet or the area therefore which supports life. It's also likely responsible for the survival of the Emperor and the other life forms contained within the facility. Interesting. So these creatures are like surviving because of her. It looks like there's almost a mini cave network underneath her by the looks of it, with some ion cubes.
The plant life in this area is growing outside its normal conditions. Other
crabs.
life forms fertilizing and pruning the vegetation may be offsetting this environmental deficit.
Seems so. I just need to get out of here real quick to get some oxygen. I haven't had to get oxygen for so long that I forget that I need it. So the question is what do I do? She didn't really tell me anything. She kind of just said, are you here to play against the currents of time or be with it? Looks like there's another teleporting. Oh, there's eggs. Okay, cool. I'll have to check them out in a second. I want to check what this teleporter is. Aquarium arch. Interesting. Was left inactive when the facility was abandoned. It is likely served as an access point to the surface of the planet. It is much too small for the Emperor to pass through, but would accommodate smaller life forms. So I'm guessing probably the eggs potentially, and that's all that. So I guess that's the enzyme coming out of her bum. So what do we do with these little eggs? Sea Emperor eggs. So hence why she's probably so old, because she's just had 5 or 6 of them. My god. Uncommonly strong shell lining. These eggs may be hundreds or thousands of years old. Alien devices penetrate the outer shells, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environment, and are awaiting the right conditions to hatch. There's a high genetic match between these organisms and the Leviathan in the vicinity. These appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for these eggs vary considerably from ideal survival conditions for the parents. So she's probably not happy with at all. So hatching enzymes. So the Emperor specimens eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems that the sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallower waters, where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered their hatching response. The incubator suggests the aliens have resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes which would stimulate the egg's natural hatching environment, but were unable to discover the formula. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using ingredients or indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor herself or itself. So what happens if I put it in an iron cube? What does this do? Oh, she's coming in. Hey, my queen. What is going on?
My young need to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others built a passage to reach the world outside. I asked them for this freedom, but they could not hear me. If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain to take.
Of course, my queen. I will very happily help you the best that I can. God, absolutely incredible how big it is. Oh, there we go. Ah, okay, interesting. Interesting. Thank you for that. So I wonder if I was to put an ion cube in here, where does this take us? The only thing
With
is...
the passage you have opened, my young can leave this place. But first they must feel the time is right and break free of their shells. This is what the others could not force from me. To you, I give the secret willingly.
Ah, there we go. So, the Emperor's specimens attached some form of... Oh no, it was in here that she gave it to me. Okay, I was confused for a second. Oh my god, geez. Eye stalk seed, sea crown seed, fungal sample, ghostweed seed, bulb bush sample. I've never seen any of these things in my life. But I'm guessing it might be a lot of these things around here. And that's where we insert the actual enzyme. Ah, there we go. Sea Emperor's life cycle. So available biological data has been used to synthesize the effects of the alien bacterium on the Sea Emperor's natural life cycle. This creature is likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to the surface to feed off huge volumes of microorganisms in the shallow waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at a young age to form their own herds elsewhere. Given their sparse population, mating and egg laying was likely infrequent, perhaps once in a lifetime event. These species likely had a preferred environment for egg laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to suggest the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence of the introduction of the bacterium decimated life on the planet, this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. The symbiotic relationship between the specimen and other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive survived with his help. This may explain the vast tract of a lifeless ocean in rough perimeter of the Emperor's location. It seems to be the case. So the question is that I've got is, where does this go? Like if I go through here, oh, this, hang on, let me get up here because otherwise I'm gonna run out of energy or run out of oxygen. I think this takes us to, well, the island essentially. This brings us back here. Is there is no way on hell's earth I'm getting back down there 2,000 meters with the oxygen that I've got. Well, that's cool. I never actually even noticed this was here, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think I even saw this when I come through here originally, but it's good to know that this is right here because I can just teleport straight to it, and like I don't have to mess around with coming all the way down sort of naturally, if that makes sense. Like I can low-key just speedrun it. So the question is so like, what did I get from this? Brain coral sample. The only thing is I don't know what, like ice stalk seed, sea crown seed, I don't know what any of these things are, and I have no idea where to get them. Oh, what's she doing? Are you okay, my queen? Can I scan you? You poor thing. Absolutely magnificent and just incredible. Anyway, I guess I might have to just have a suss around here for these seeds. If not, if I can't find them, I might just have to like low-key leave and potentially find them on the surface. Oh, actually, you know what I realized? I actually reckon those teleporters, my battery on my Sea Glide's dead. I reckon those teleporters might actually take us to where we need to go. I just realized it might actually be in my best interest to go have a look up here. Alright, well, let's put an ion cube in here. We'll see where this takes us. Should be interesting. This might take us where we need to go in terms of getting some of these things. Like wherever this is. Now we're below the sea moth, but above the prawn suit, and we're near the deep cave entrance. Oh, we've been in here. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where we are. This is one of the ones we found, ironically. So I'm curious then, is this where we can get like some of the seeds maybe? Perhaps? I don't really quite know. Because yeah, this is like here, so maybe like these. I don't really know. This is so strange. Alright, that's right. We'll go back in. I forget my Sea Glide is out of juice. Alright, well, we'll go check out the other couple of teleporters and see where we got to go. Just had the thought that I've kind of regret making all of those power cells now because like I can't retrofit them. I thought I could upgrade them with the ion cubes, but I didn't realize that the ion cubes were completely separate in making them. So now I'm just gonna have all of these batteries just sitting there that are kind of low-key useless. Alright, let's check where this one goes. The second teleporter. Hopefully somewhere interesting and where we need to go. Okay, this is somewhere completely different and somewhere that I haven't been. It ironically looks like we might be on an island. I don't really know. Very different to where we've been before. Oh, this is interesting. This is somewhere else. This is this is this region. Okay, which ironically is what we need. We need some of these. There we go. That's the bulb bush sample. Oh, well, cool. Interesting that I missed this completely. Well, stuff like that happens, I guess. Just happen to miss things. Alright, time for this last teleporter. So I honestly just want to see where this goes at this rate. Not too particularly interested in or worried that... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess I don't really care where this may or may not go. And in a similar fashion, I don't know where this is. This will be another random ass location that like I've never been to or probably never will be back to again. Oh, it is the sea mushroom area. Okay, cool. Interesting. Again, I honestly totally would have missed this little teleporter, so, you know, the irony of that. Interesting. So the fungal sample is from these. Okay, interesting. Well, we've got that, which is good. I honestly would not have even thought to hit those, so that kind of worked out well. Except it looks like the bulb bush decomposes, so actually Loki might just eat that for the sake of it, because otherwise it's going to go off, and you can go back and get that later anyway, so it's no hazard or no trouble. Alright, well I reckon we'll get back to the prawn suit, and I reckon it's actually just gonna have to be next episode. We'll sit down and I'll figure out where I need to like pick up all of these like seeds from and where we need to go, and at least that way we can just go straight to them and do what we gotta do, get what we gotta get, and then we can make this like cure for, or not the cure, but the hatching enzyme for the Emperor Queen. And the good thing is it's not a hassle to get back down here. We can just literally teleport down. So we know what we got to do, where we got to go. And it's safer because we can literally just go to the actual like tower itself, or to the island. Alright, that all being said, I reckon it is time we get out of here. Like I said, I don't really need to be around here. I'll do a quick hot fix of this, and we will load it up into our beautiful Cyclops. And then, yeah, we'll skedaddle out of here, I reckon.
Consider disguising the flavor of unsavory meat with salt or locally sourced herbs and spices.
Or maybe some KFC. That would be godly. Alright, well, that all being said, let's skedaddle out of here. Good thing is we've got a quick way to get back down here now, which is like absolutely awesome. So there'll be no complaints from me. It's interesting that it is down to 1700 meters though, weirdly. Like, I don't know if there's any way of us getting any further down. Unless it's like somewhere back here, but maybe it was when we're in the facility with her, potentially. Nothing this way by the looks of it. Right, well there doesn't seem to be really much down here, so I reckon I might just skedaddle out of here, in all honesty. I reckon I will get back up to the surface and I will see you guys shortly, where I want to do a couple of things before we end off this episode. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Looks like this dude did come down looking for me. Couldn't leave me be. He just loves me so much that he had to follow me down. Oh, and he just swam into the wall as well, ironically. It's a good way of getting around. Oh, and looks like he's following us up as well. Just loves us that much. Oh my god, buddy. Get out of here. Let me go. Get away from me, buddy. Jeez, he's causing damage. Get off me. Leave my ship alone. Jesus Christ. Hopefully I get up, like he'll leave me be. He didn't do too much damage by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like he's staying back down there, which is good. He's not gonna follow us up. Well, on a more positive note, we are back to normal areas, despite the massive fishy squid thing. We're back in normal area, which is good. And we might even have enough juice to get back as well, which is good. Did that all on one tank. And didn't have any issues otherwise, so good. Now back to base. Alright, here we go. Back at base. Finally. It has been a very hot minute since we were last here. So I'm happy to be back. I think the fun part now of just transferring absolutely everything from the ship back to base, which will be fun, but it's got to be done. So I guess I'll see you guys shortly once this is all done. I think the base is going to have a fun time recharging all of these batteries. It's actually not as bad as I thought, but still, it's going to drain so much power charging all this. Like, I mean, even look, it's gone from like 280 to like 265 now. My god, so quick. On a more positive note, I will chuck 4 of these Chinese potatoes into here, so at least we got some food on the base, or on the Cyclops when we're out and about doing stuff, so I guess no complaints there. Yeah, I recolored the ship as well, by the way. I don't know whether black and white looks cool, but I think it definitely does. Add some spice to it. Alright, now that that's kind of everything organized, I did want to make some ion power cells and stuff. So I realized what we're going to need to do is I kind of want to replace one for all of my tools first, which means that we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, as I knock my microphone, we're going to need 6 just normal battery cells, which means we're going to need, I'm guessing, what's that, like 6 pieces of gold, 6 ore, and all that. So it's actually rather cheap, to be honest. Well, I may as well just take all of the gold that we got and all of the silver ore that we got, because we're going to absolutely chug through by the looks of it. And same with the ion cubes as well. So what we will do is we will just make these battery cells now, I guess. We'll just keep sort of chugging away at them and make as many as we can, because this is going to be absolutely magnificent for all of our tools, because it means they won't drain anywhere near as quickly as what they should, which is fantastic. I guess the unfortunate thing is going to just be gold. Like, we're going to need to get a lot more gold, though luckily there are quite a lot of gold deposits around, which is always fantastic. We can go and get a lot more gold that way. I think some animated power on this, fantastic. Don't have enough power on my own goddamn ship to on my own goddamn base to make some batteries. Have to resort to coming to this little old thing, our original life pod. But that all being said, I guess it means what we're going to be able to do now is just replace all of the batteries on this, which means our batteries on... Actually, wait, did I? Yes, I did put an iron battery in that. Okay, cool. I was confused for a second. Let me scroll the opposite way so at least we land on an iron battery. Gee, so an iron battery has 5 times the amount of power in it. My gosh, that is completely spectacular. It just makes my life so much easier with all of these tools now. Like, I just don't need to worry about them. If I've got literally 5 times the amount of power, it means we can literally go 5 times as long without having to recharge them whatsoever. But that being said, now I've got the fun part of just literally just dumping all of these batteries in a container somewhere. Actually, I should chuck them on charge, like the ones that I just don't need anymore. Oh, sorry, the ones that do need an ounce of charging. Like just these 3 batteries, I'll let them all charge up and then I'll dump the rest of them into this chest. Because like I said, I just don't need these batteries now, which is like I said, spectacular. So the only other thing though is if I've got any silicon rubber, which I do, absolutely beautiful. Except I realized I'm not going to be able to make enough. Oh, I don't have enough power in here, unfortunately. So mind you, I can probably just go into here to do it this way. Because what I low-key might do is I'll make these ion power cells first, and then what we'll do from there, my god, these things are going to be absolutely beastly. But once they're done, I actually might change the power on the prawn suit first, to be completely honest, because I fall all the way down. not that the prawn suit needs it, but I think in a similar fashion. Geez, 1,000, my gosh. So we go from 200 to literally again 5 times as powerful, which is just absolutely amazing. But once we do that, so again, it's gone from 400 to 2,000. So like this thing will be charged for days. Like, I don't think this suit is like ever going to run out of juice, thankfully. We'll do the Cyclops next, I reckon. We'll or maybe the Sea Moth because it's just 1 power cell, but we'll save up to make 6 power cells for this Cyclops, so we'll actually like legitimately never run out of juice for this either. But we'll keep the 3 extra battery cells in here. Oh, I've actually got enough. Wait, did I make 3? Oh no, the iron battery cells for the smaller stuff. My bad, I've mixed that up. I just ironically need 1 piece of gold. And of course we get copper. Goddamn copper, my god. But yeah, 1 piece of gold and then we'll be able to literally replace the Sea Moth battery as well. But unfortunately, I don't know where I'm going to get gold unless one of these happen to give me gold. Just copper. Just when I don't need copper. You know what, I don't think I'm going to find gold, to be completely honest, but it is what it is. I'll make that next episode. I'll go find a piece of gold and we can do that then. So that all being said, I guess thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This was a big episode, so we've done a lot. And I reckon next episode will be an interesting one where we try and find all of these parts and seeds to make this, you know, enzyme thing for the Emperor Queen, and then it'll be good. That all being said, I guess, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. So, adios.